Bitcoin and altcoins fly into July. We're going to cover it in this video. We're going to cover Bitcoin, others chart, look at the dominances and see where we're at. So let's get into it. So first off, let's go to Bitcoin. Right now, Bitcoin is at $109,000. We are still tracking blue, folks. We are still tracking blue here. And as you can see, these vertical dash lines were critical time points. And it seems like heading into tomorrow, July 3rd, this could be a time point and a date that sends us into new all-time highs. And we have some key macro data coming out tomorrow as well too. As you can see here, if we look below, we got unemployment rate, non-farm payrolls, and ISM services PMI. So we have some catalysts, some macro catalysts tomorrow heading into 4th of July. So let's take a look at some of the most recent signals that are flashing. We had a 1-day buy now flash a couple days ago, late June, a 12-hour buy now flash, and we just got recently a 4-hour buy now just today. So what we need to do, what needs to happen is we need to break up through this level here. If I take the high to the low, 109,000 is the 786, and 109,000, if we can break through it, then we could go up to 121,000, and then we have 138,000 as well too. And we could see that in July here, which in turn will be massive for altcoins. So let's take a look real quick also on the weekly chart for Bitcoin, and we have that momentum getting ready to cross up on the stock RSI and the TSI as well too. It's still heading up, and the MACD as well. So it's a critical week for us to see continuation. We need to see it now. We need to see a rip, no dip, no delay. It's time. Everything's shaping up well for that to happen. Our first level of resistance, though, if we do make a new all-time high, is going to be around 117,000. We have the purple MA on the snakes there and the top of the void line band as well, too. So we need to take note of that. So that's Bitcoin looking good. If we were to pull back, then I'd want to see that critical level of 100 and where we bounced yesterday. That's going to be our first level we must hold. If we see any pullback, 107,500 short term. If we pull back further, we're going to need to see 106,000. And then worst case scenario is a retest of 100,000 as well too of the 12-hour 200 moving averages there. But look at the 12-hour chart and how we crossed down just a little bit, and now we're crossing back up, and then that stock RSI reset, and now is getting ready to cross above the 50 line. So yeah, it's going to be key for us to see a strong close today at the end of the day in about 6 hours from now, and then follow through into the morning tomorrow. So that's that. Now let's look at others. So others on the daily chart flashed a buy now just a couple days ago. You can see here we had a buy now flash June 28th. This is solid because if you look to the left, I mean, there's only been 4 signals in the past like 6 months, and we had a sell literally at the top in December, a buy literally at the bottom during the April tariff crash, a sell in May, and then a buy just recently. So what happened recently is basically what I think is a reset, kind of like this back in with the tariff stuff, and now we're getting ready to, and we just had our kind of retest back down, and we're getting ready to rip up and start to trend up. So even if we're repeating something like back in April, the trend is up. Or if we're repeating something like back in November of 2024, the trend is up in a big way as well too. So to me, it looks like it's time for a rip, no dip, no delay for Bitcoin and altcoins across the board. So that's all looking good. And the momentum, if we can see just cross up through the 0 line on the TSI, then we're good to go. And then we're tracking the 3-day chart. So seeing that 3-day cross up as well too will be very similar to November of 2024. So that's what we're watching there. And then getting above 255 billion for others is going to be key for the continuation. So let's look at Bitcoin dominance. So Bitcoin dominance is pulling down right now. If you look in the middle of the screen, you can see on the daily chart, we are coming back down. I'd want to see us break below 65% for us to have a continued move down here. If we look at the 3-day chart, it does look like we're getting ready to cross down, and extreme bearish divergence there. See how we had a high and then a higher high here. We had a high and a lower high so far. We need to see this cross down to confirm. So we want to see this week Bitcoin dominance start to roll over, and then that could be the ultimate top as well too. We'll have to see. So very solid there. And then looking at others dominance, we came down to the level as previously discussed in the videos from weeks ago, that's 6.9%, 7%. So this would be where I'd expect for us to see the big bounce out of altcoins. And then looking at others against Bitcoin, you can see here that we came down to the macro 786 from the bear market, or from the low back in January 2021 to the high in February 2022, we finally retrace back to the 786. And every single time we do come back to the 786, in all of this history of others to Bitcoin, you can see from the low to the high, 786, big move up. From the low to the high, 786, big move up. From the low to the high, 786, we could be ready to put a big move up for others' dominance. And each time these were the altcoin seasons. So it's always the darkest before the sun comes out. So this could be it. So we'll have to watch very close. That's going to be it for today. I'll see you guys in the Discord. Link is in the bio. And I'll see you guys in the next video.